Gamers, we love Mario Kart, don't we? We are still playing it, right? As since Nintendo seems to be in the weird habit of just shadow dropping random things, be it an app, a whole game, or even a Switch 2 version, who's to say they wouldn't shadow drop a Mario Kart World thing, right? Oh, come on. So how about we do some DLC type speculations, some wishlist stuff, and some prediction stuff? What do I want Nintendo to do, and what do I think they're gonna do? And more importantly, what do you think they're gonna do? I did a stream a while back where I showed the chat my ideas, and also took the best ideas from them too. And I guess later we'll come back to this and see just how many we got right or wrong. If you have any predictions or wishes for what you think they should do for DLC, do let me know in the comments. That being said, let's start it right from the top with the characters. If you're asking me what I want, so I'm gonna do wish list. So my wish list for this is a nice mix. Some new characters, old characters, and NPCs. So relatively simple stuff there. If you want me to like pin down maybe some more, I'm thinking Boom Boom. Do you know why I think this? Pauline. Pauline is someone who kind of didn't exist for like the longest time. And then all of a sudden they were just like, oh, Pauline's like one of the girlies now. And it's just kind of cool now, isn't it? I think we all kind of appreciate it, even if you don't like Pauline that much. So I think doing that for like some more characters would be kind of neat. If there's one character that needs like a Pauline-esque glow up, it's Boom Boom. Boom Boom just like that guy that no one gives a shit about. He's that guy that clocks in and does his job. They tried to give him some love with Mario Strikers Battle League, but it turns out the game sucked, so no one gave a shit about him, which is unfortunate, really, because I thought he was an okay goalkeeper, if you ask me. The other bros would be a good addition, so what, Fire Bro, Ice Bro, all the other bros, basically. I don't know if they're costumes or if they're just, like, actual characters. I think I'd like that, to be honest. And if we're going new characters, guys, I'm going to stick with my prediction I made ages ago. Give me that I believe in you. Ever feel like you're missing something? Whoa! Come on, the iconic voice lines. Give me Talking Flower.
Objects that I've shoved up my...
And to that end, gamers, do you know who I also want? The Prince guy from Wonder. I think he'd be cool, especially considering I think modern Mario, 3D World onwards, doesn't really get that much love in the greater Nintendo-verse, I would say. Do you know what I mean? So maybe something like this would be kind of cool, you know? These are the two characters I'm vouching for personally. I'll do old characters, as in like, these are characters that have been in an old Mario Kart game, any old Mario Kart game. If there's one character that I think was kind of snubbed, King Bob-omb. He's easily one of the coolest characters that were Tour exclusive, I would say, that I think deserves a shot. He definitely deserves a shot. And if you're asking who else do I want in the game, Diddy Kong, Diddy Dixie, I would say. Considering they're in Bonanza, and I think they were pretty cool in that game, I think they should make a comeback too. I think they would be a nice little bit cheeky cross promotion, and I think it'd like correct a wrong that a lot of people would be a bit upset about, if you ask me. If there's one other character personally that I'm like kind of vouching for, wish list wise, I kind of miss Pete Piranha games. I don't know what I barely played him. I didn't even like him that much. But like seeing Piranha play in the game, but not P, just kind of fucks with me a little. I'm not gonna. It's a little bit of a my father pick. P reminds me of Double Dash, because in Double Dash he had this big fuck off sized head, and if you're playing 3 to 4 players when you had like a quarter of a screen, and he was the character behind, he basically blocked your entire view. Just for that memory alone, I love P. I have like a soft spot for P Piranha. If I'm picking 3 characters, I'm doing these. Let's round it out. Let's do one more new character as well. I think it's a bit of a give me pick. Void Kong. I think he is an excellent villain in DK Bonanza, and I think it'd be kind of cool to make a spin-off jump. So I would like him. Who else would be a good NPC? And you know, I'm gonna say it. Finally, someone says it. I'm going Chief Chili. Chief Chili is in the game. All right, you chat, what are we thinking? Biggest shout I can give is for the Koopalings. They're the only Mario characters who are in Smash but not in Mario Kart World. I don't know, guys, yay or nay? Yay or nay on the Koopalings? A Mario Wonder style redesign of the Koopalings. It's an equal mix here, I'm saying. A bit too divisive to get in as far as I'm concerned. Who was it? Somebody said the Broodals. I'm not gonna lie. Whoever said that, you're cooking. Cappy. See, I'm seeing more nays. So, you know what? I feel like all of you guys are just jealous. You're jealous, gamers. You're just jealous that someone again with a good suggestion. That's what this sounds like to me. The chair from Big Boo's Haunt in SM64. Yay or nay, gamers? Yay or nay? Hang on. Who was it? Who is it that wrote the Super Koopa? If you guys don't know, it's those flying ones. Those flying ones from World. Bring them in the game. I'm here for it. Be a great NPC pick, honestly. And if we got one more chat pick, chat, what are we thinking? Feels like Wobber would be a truly out there pick. What is it? Wobber or is it Lubber? Do you mean Lubber? Is Wobber another character? Who's Wobber? Bullet Bill would be kind of funny. Talkative, Plessy, Griddle Critter. Odd Rock from Bonanza. Hey, Toxbox would be kind of sick. You guys got a couple of good ones, honestly. You guys got a couple of good ones. It's tough. Warp Pipe. All different costumes can be palette swaps. Fucking Warp Pipe, you know? God damn. I want to be super boring, gamers. But someone in the chat said it, and I'm like, you know, I agree. I agree, gamers. Boo me all you want, gamers. Boo me all you want. All right, I'm going with young Pauline. Those are all my characters' wish list, and yours as well. What about the prediction though? What's Nintendo gonna do? My prediction is NPCs. I 100% see them adding NPCs. The main reason they even added NPCs to World in the first place is to like bump up the roster without like taking up too much dev time. So I think NPCs are an easy shout. I think they'll definitely add NPCs. I think they're gonna do all characters. The prediction is, how are they gonna roll this out? That's what we're thinking. Will they do like DLC pack things, you know? Or will they do just like, we're gonna drip feed a character every now and again? BCP waves, but themed, do you think? Yeah, I think I can see that. I think what they'll do is they'll do like characters and courses bundled together. A lot of you guys are saying they'll do it for free. Listen, I want them to do it for free, just to clarify. I don't think Nintendo will. So that's what I'm thinking for characters anyway. What's next on the list? This is a good one, music. I'm thinking wish list wise, more love for the Out There series. You know how people are like, oh, Gino, but like they've never shown any inkling that they'll reference the RPG, so it seems like a bit of a pipe dream, so to speak. With the music though, they've referenced what? Wario Land, WarioWare, they've got like Yoshi's Island. They've got like pretty like out there when it comes to music, right? And I kind of want them to keep going down that road. I would love it, for example, more WarioWare stuff would be kind of cool. Like more of the vocal mixes, like Ashley's / Mike's / Penny's song. Maybe even like Tomorrow Hill would be kind of cool. If we're doing like Wario Land, just more in general for Wario Land would be kind of cool. I would also, this is my shout personally, I would love for them to do a remix of Remix 10. That'd be kind of sick if you're asking me. Oh, Super Mario Land as well. I think they referenced some of the Super Mario Land song. I would want more Super Mario Land remix as well. So like a Warrior's Castle, for example. I'd love to hear like a modern rendition of Warrior's Castle. Would be kind of cool. Maybe even some more Donkey Kong. Actually, now that I'm thinking, more DK stuff as well. DKC, DKB, I don't care what it is. Just more Donkey Kong stuff. Don't need the DK Island Swing. I want more stuff. That's my wish list. All right, chat. Mario Party. Oh, Mario Party OST could be kind of neat. What would they do for Mario Party though? Wonder's an obvious omission. Okay, yeah, Wonder's fair. Is there any music in particular I can think of? I really like Wonder's Underground theme. They do have already a lot of Underground themes, so I don't know. Just like a main theme remix would be kind of cool. Diddy Kong Racing remix. Oh, actually, do you know what? Give me a remix of Ancient Lake and My Life Is Yours, okay? Greenhorn Forest from Wario World. Oh, it's this one. Oh, yeah. You know, this one, yeah, fuck with this one. Yeah, I'd like more like Wario World, like Wario World pause music. I've been convinced. 2 people saying Berlin Byways? I get it, I like. Okay, you know what? Berlin Byways, you're right. Wrecking Crew music? What even is Wrecking Crew music? Do you know, that's actually a good shout. I kind of fuck with that, I'm not gonna lie. Because of you got the movie as well, the Mario movie, had Foreman Spike. Mario Luigi music would kind of go hard as well, actually, now I'm thinking about it. I think we'll leave that there. I think we'll leave that there. We'll be here forever, gamers. When it comes to music, we'll be here forever. Prediction, gamers. I'm gonna be honest. Oops, nothing. I don't think they touched the jukebox whatsoever. They'll give us DLC, they'll give us like character DLC, they'll give us stage DLC. They think the 200 is good enough. Fuck you. I genuinely think they're gonna do that. Even if we got like straight rips, I think that could be cool as well, you know? You don't even need to remix like Remix 10. Just add Remix 10 to the game, do you know what I mean? This also includes no music player. You get nothing. Good day, sir. If we do get one, it'll be like 7 years from now. How long did it take us to get like item customization options in fucking Mario Kart 8? You own nothing and you'll be happy, okay? I would love it if they did anything slightly close to this, but it's not happening, okay? It's absolutely not happening, and that's my prediction. Let's go to, and obviously this is one that I like a lot, which is Knockout Tour. Wish list, obviously. Just more of these. Just give us fucking more, bro. Like, what are we doing here? The dream is obviously KO Tour Maker, but like, I don't know if it's gonna happen. Even KO Tour Randomizer. Like, I don't know what's stopping them from just like You click random. Oh, no. Boom. 6 tracks picked. Boom. There you go. Like, as long as they all connect, it's fine, right? Like, I don't see the issue. Rainbow Roads. Why does none of the rallies lead to Rainbow Roads? There's so many options you could take with this. I don't know why they haven't done it. Maybe not making it accessible in free roam is a bit understandable. They want to keep like the mystique of the Rainbow Road, maybe, right? But not having it as a knockout tour rally is actually crazy. Chat, what's your thoughts? Have you got any thoughts? Bowser Castle finale? I think having that track as a finale would just be like a really tense and fun way to like end a rally on. As I mentioned before in my rally ranking, having a high-tech ender makes sense because it means the first person kind of has to hold their nerve. And with a track like Bowser Castle that's quite like tough, relatively speaking, to get a hang of, it gives the people at the back something to fight for still. And I quite like that. That'd be kind of cool, honestly. Ooh, Shy Guy Bazaar, Daisy Palace. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Like anything that takes us through Daisy's Palace would be kind of cool. Could we have one that ends on the track you start on? Or could work. I don't know personally, but that could be interesting. Going like one big loop, possible. Starting from the final level of DK Spaceport. Was he like glide out of DK Spaceport? That'd be kind of cool, honestly. A rally that took place entirely on the train track would be kind of hilarious. Train. 6 laps of KT. So stupid. You guys are so stupid, honestly. But you know what? I'll fuck with it. That's my prediction. I think they will actually add knockout tour stuff, but like way later. Like, do you know what this will be, chat? This will be the Super Mario Party online update, where like all of a sudden randomly they're just like, wait, Super Mario Party has online now? Oh, it has online now. Wait, why didn't it come with that? What? That's literally what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Oh, actual knockout tour. So I'll be like, what? Why did it take them this long? The fuck? Knockout tour battle pass? Listen, this is Nintendo we're talking about, not Epic Games, all right? Knockout tour after all DLC courses are added. Oh, that could be interesting. That's actually a shout. I didn't really have a category for this because I thought I'd talk about with the islands, but I guess I can talk about this separately. The tracks. So regardless of like islands, regardless of like cohesion, what do I want from the tracks? A GBA track or two, but other than that, only nitros. Gamers, I'm gonna be real. I've had enough of the fucking pandering. Mario Kart World has introduced some of the fucking best tracks in the series, bar none. It's unbelievable. And in fact, I'm not even giving that fully credit to Mario Kart World. The nitros in any given Mario Kart game tend to really fucking cook, right? So instead of retreading the old, how about you give me more fucking new? I don't know how the balance of the DLC went in Mario Kart 8 DLC. It was like 9-7 nitro. 9-7? I don't want that. If I'm doing a 16 DLC pack, I don't want 9 nitros and 7 retros. I want like 14 too, I'll be real with you. I like the retros, but I just want some new shit. So what I'm asking you, chat, is actually, what is your preferred ratio? 12-4, 10-6, 8-8, 12-4, 50-50? Fucking losers. Fuck it. Mods, 0-60. Oh, gross. Absolutely abysmal.
Ooh, give me some more retro pandering. Ooh.
That's how you sound. That's actually how you sound. 2-to-1 ratio. I want to see more Dino Jungle Warrior Stadium esque reimaginings. Yeah, absolutely. Like for me though, as much as I love Warrior Stadium esque and Dino Jungle reimaginings, I think by limiting yourself to a layout of old, I think you intrinsically like limit yourself to the capabilities of what you can come up with, right? Mario Kart World has a insane parkour system. If you have to take an old track and make it work around that, I feel like that's harder than just making a new track with those mechanics in mind. Does that make sense? I would rather you just give me something new. Yeah, I want more whistle stops and great block ruins, personally, you know? Yeah, I would say 13-3. Most of the chat seems to be 12-4, which is fair, but I want one cut to not even have a single retro, okay? If you want specific tracks, specific nitros, one thing I always thought that could kind of work with Mario Kart World is if you see this section here of the map, kind of like a bit of a darkish sort of area, and there's a bit of poison bog here, I always thought, wouldn't it be nice if you could get like a poison forest? You know, a la like World 4 from NSMB DS? And like, was it like from Super Mario 3D World as well? Like poison bog forest sort of thing? It doesn't even have to reference those, but I would want some sort of like poison forest. As for other ideas, this might sound a bit weird. I want like another desert course, but like it's based on like Cogdor. Now, admittedly, I am stealing this off of like McKay. I think McKay put the idea in my head. When he suggested Cogdor ruins, I'm kind of like, why hasn't this been done yet? Cogdors are always associated with like the desert. So why not have a Cogdor Canyon or like Cogdor like plains? Some Grand Canyon-esque. Every desert stage has always kind of been like, oh, desolate desert type vibe. I feel like the desert biome is one of the few ones that's never been done perfectly yet. You've got a perfect ice track in Mount Warrior. is there even a perfect desert course? There's some that get really good. There isn't one that's perfect. This would be the perfect chance for you to get off like sand really, really new, you know? I'd fucking love that shit. And if we're doing one more, if I've got one more idea in my head, now guys, you know me, boring musty strikes again. Music themes are just my kryptonite, okay? I don't care what it is, give me another one. Electrodrome kind of got like, you know, disco party. Music Park was kind of like live instrument type beat. Maybe you go like, I don't know, somewhere else. Like a rock and roll stage. Classical, you can even do classical music, yeah. Jazz noir. MiiGuy be damned, I've always loved music. Of course, MiiGuy. If you're gonna make his rock and roll track real, that's fine. That'd be kind of cool. Again, if we're going like just themes that I would like for them to try again, I've always loved Sky themes. Sky Garden, Cloud Top Cruise. You don't even have to necessarily bring those back. It's just a brand new Sky track. When we played with Pokemon Scarlet, we had a conversation about DLC Nitros. I think one of the ones I came up with was like a Sky-themed resort stage. Or some sort of Lakitu-themed Sky track. So we got like Sky Garden. What about like the Sky Retreat? And it's like a resort-themed area where the Lakitu stay. If Great Question Block runes could take place in the sky, I feel like you could fit a Sky track quite naturally in there. Someone said isn't Great Block Runes a Sky track. The thing with Great Block Runes, you could put that on the ground and the track doesn't fundamentally change at all. It just happens to be in the sky. That's just kind of its lore. But I want a Sky course that takes a big advantage of the fact that it's in the sky. What about you, chat? Junkyard Scrapyard themed course? Well, that sounds kind of sick. I think in Overwatch, like New Junk City, theming-wise, is like one of my favorite maps to play on, even if I don't like the stage. Junkertown as well is another one I like. So like something like that, like Mario Kart would be kind of neat, you know? An aquarium track where you race above the tanks and the fish will try and eat. Oh, an aquarium? That's actually quite imaginative. Or a museum. I think a museum is another good shout as well. I played a Mario Kart ROM hack that Mira suggested. I don't know if it was Mario Kart Midnight or something else. But they had a museum track. They had like a Nintendo museum theme track. A Midnight Museum, is that what it's called? I love that stage. I absolutely love that stage. And something like that in an official capacity, it would be amazing. Especially considering Nintendo's made an actual museum. Cyberspace themed course? You know, I could enjoy that. Something cybernetic could kind of be cool. Space themed that's not RR. Haunted circus. Amazing digital circus be like more food. Yeah, food definitely. I'm surprised that I didn't think of that, to be honest. A section track where it takes you to the planet core. Is that Bonanza reference? DKB, I'll do a DKB course. How about that? Bee themed? Actually, that could kind of work. Because we had Honey Queen in one game, Sting Bee in another, and yet we have no like bee course or anything like that. Yeah, I'm calling it Honey Hive Galaxy as a race course. A Wild West course as a dynamic variation where you go into solution. So, oh yeah, like what's it? Wild West could be perfect for like my 10 out of 10 desert course, right? How would you like a desert course that was like Wild Western themed? That'd be fucking sick, man. You know, there's Japanese game shows that love a course based on that. What, like, okay, you know, give me like a Takeshi's Castle course, okay? If you guys don't know anything about Takeshi's Castle, it's a game show where like you go to like various different games throughout until you get to the finale. So like, imagine a lap one. It's a section track, a 6-section track. First section, a honeycomb maze. All right, there's various paths that take you to various different locations. Some are faster, some are slower. Next one takes you to fucking high rollers, where like you're rolling along different like obstacles that you have to trick off to get speed, you know? And then make the final lap just really hard, honestly. Call it Bowser Jr.'s Castle. Fuck it out. That'd be kind of funny. I think we'll leave that there. I think we've got a really cool bunch of themes. I think if they even tried one of these, I'd be like really invested if I'm being honest. So I'll take it. Let's do specific retros. Just give me any GBA track. If I'm thinking, Lakeside Park, BC4, Cheeseland again. Cheap Island, obviously. I think those are the ones like I would say I'm clamoring for. Any GBA track works. A combination of all the GBA BCs, I like that. What else do I want? To be honest, I don't want anything from 8. I mean, real games, I'm just kind of bored. I don't want anything that was in 8. I'm just not interested. I can go back and play Mario Kart if I want to play them. I'm oddly intrigued to see a de-anti-grav Mario Kart 8 track. That'd be kind of cool, actually. What other games? SNES obviously doesn't need anything. N64 doesn't really need anything. GCN, Wario Coliseum, Mushroom City, Baby Park. Baby Park, but not sized up. That'd be fucking funny as hell. Proper version of Koopa Cape. Give Koopa Cape some fucking redemption right now. They're gonna turn Koopa Cape into Wario shit. Hey, Almighty, listen, all I'm saying, chump of all time, if they end up shitting the bed with Koopa Cape again, I'm having a word with you. I think another obvious one is Dry. Coconut Mall? Really, guys? You wanna see a Coconut Mall again? Think of free roam? You're not even wrong, that's the worst bit. It would be kind of cool to explore in free roam. How about DS? Give Delfino Square another shot. How about Delfino near Peach Beach, then Coconut Mall there too? You're fucking crazy. Oh, it could work, gamers, it could work. Hold up, this writing might be fire. 7? Woohoo. You know, like there's an area like south of like KTB. Just slot it right there. It literally should fit perfectly. I don't think there's anything else from 7 I really care about. What would you even take? It's either taken or boring. Besides the woos. I'm never gonna let up on the truth that Daisy Hills would be gas. Listen, brother. Don't give me what he's having, boss. Do not give me what he's having. Go to 8. I don't want anything from 8. And then Tor, Pipeline. I think those are my starts. I'm gonna put the ones in bold that I really want. These are the ones I'm gonna like picket the fence for. But I think anything in this list, go for it as far as I'm concerned. Try, what are you thinking? Oh, hang on. I can't believe I didn't think about that personally. Remix tracks would be kind of sick. Circa from Marek or XXL on the GBA. Okay, chat, before we get to the island discussion, is there anything like big category? Costumes? I suppose I don't really get into details of costumes, did I? So I guess we can talk about costumes. Costumes, okay, let's talk about costumes then. What do I want to happen? I'll say all the characters that don't have many. So basically that's what, DK, Pauline, Shy Guy. I think Koopa Troopa's one's also quite weak as well. Bowser doesn't have a lot from what I remember. Doesn't Bowser just have like Pro Racer, Bowser's brother, Supercharged, and that's kind of it? He does get some good ones though. King Boo, I don't think has a lot. Oh, Lakitu and Birdo don't have a lot. They got the real raw end of the stick, man. For like no reason. I think that's all of them that I can remember off the top of my head. If we're doing which ones am I rooting for personally, DK and Pauline 100%. Birdo and Lakitu definitely need new ones. Shy Guy, Koopa Troopa, Bowser, King Boo, they need them, but like I'm not like gonna stand up in court. I'd say bring it up to parity. If we're talking like other characters, not really, to be honest. If you told me Luigi would never get another skin, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Now the big question is, what do you do with the NPCs? Do they like pick 1 or 2 or 3 at random and give them like a bunch? Or they just give it like 1 to a bunch of them? And I know it's a wish list, so we can wish whatever we want, right? But like feasibly, if we're being like trying to stay within somewhat realms of reality, I don't see them go up to like, how many NPCs are there? Like 12 or something? I don't know how many there are. I don't see them giving like 5 costumes to each of them. It's weird, it sounds weird to say, but like I'm genuinely just not that fussed if they don't get any costumes. I'd personally rather like the characters that do have costumes to get more than like kind of evening the playing field. I don't know why I feel that way. I think someone's in the chat said it depends on the NPC. I would say if we're talking NPCs that I want to definitely get costumes, I would say, okay, let me separate them from like color swaps personally. I'd be okay with like Plant, Hammerbro ults, Beady Bug, Goomba could have like blue Goomba, Cow could maybe like change their spot, maybe like Pianta like has a different couple of colors too. The NPC like costumes proper, I would say like, yeah, Drybones could do some. Mostly due to the fact he used to be like a main character in a way, and like he kind of got like demoted, you could say, to like an NPC, especially with his own track, Drybones Burner. I think the theming is there. I think you could very easily like give him something. I would say personally Charge and Chuck could be good for costumes as well. Since he's quite like relatively humanoid in shape, it'd be quite easy to design costumes for him. Does that make sense? Nabbit could. I think we could do Nabbit. I'm personally not fussed. I'll be like, Nabbit's a Zuma character. I'm sorry, guys. Nabbit's one of yous, okay? Monty Mole, I suppose he did get some costumes in Mario Strikers, didn't he? Oh, Cheapsy would be good for color swaps, actually. Wiggler? What could he even get? I don't know, to be honest. I'm just not seeing it. Catsaquack. Wait, does Catsaquack? Oh, Catsaquack does have different colors. Yeah, okay. Pirate Conkdor, mate. I'm okay with Conkdor as is. Peeper? Admittedly, I did see someone in the chat say Aristocrat Peeper. That would be kind of funny to give him like some King Boo inspired costumes. If you do that, fair. If not, I'm okay. The ones I'm rooting for, I would say this is a fair stack. I think these 3 characters could be like really good for costumes. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing any. I think that's it, to be honest, if you ask me personally. What about you guys? So what's an astronaut Black Yoshi? Fucking hell, that's kind of peak. Mummy Drybones. Oh, that's sick. That's sick, honestly. Mummy Poke would be kind of cool. Detective Baby Rosalina. Fucking hell. That's an actual thing in Tour. Really? That's actually crazy. Bus... Guys, are we doing Bus Driver Waluigi? I think we might have to. Minor Shy Guy could work very well, considering, like, you know, what's it in Shy Guy Falls and stuff? He was a minor already. Ninja Shy Guy from Hideaway. Hey, I like that. All right, chat. How do we feel, chat? I'm gonna leave this one to you. Yay or nay? There's no way. There's no way. I'm going against the will of the chat. Get out of here. Cowboy Toad for Coney. It's the whitest guy you know, yeah? I would like the idea of turning Sting Bee into an ice cream. Oh, actually, hang on. That's probably the most creative idea we've seen all day. The Neapolitan, if you guys don't know, it's like what? Vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, ice cream coat. Oh, hey, let him cook. That's my idea now, motherfucker. That's mine. You've read the terms and conditions. Anything you post in the chat can or will be stolen, all right? Napoleon Sting Bee? Was he gonna like take over Austria, yeah? Crazy. Okay, listen, these suggestions are getting ridiculous, gamers. Why are you asking for homeless warrior? It's not gonna happen, okay? Gladiator DK is pretty sick, though. Get Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, Mariachi outfits. Oh yeah, that could actually work. Maid Bowser, you people are actually insane. Get out of here, the lot of you. IRS worker coin coffer. A bit too real, okay? What are you gonna ask for next? Fucking Donald Trump Bowser? Nigel Farage Wario? Let's move on, gamers. Let's go on to the big one now, the island discussion. I've not seen any sort of discussion, but from me just thinking about it, there's like two schools of thought. There's extra island theory, and then there's expanded island theory. They sound cooler if I type theory, all right? So, extra island theory is quite obvious, right? In that it's going to be an extra island off to the side. It could be like skinny like this, fat like this. I don't personally see it being as big as this island. It'll probably be like half the size, I'm thinking. It will probably have like a bunch of biomes just like this one has, right? Maybe you've got like forests up here, and then you've got like a snowy area up there, and then you've got like, I don't know, fucking like a lava area down there. Like essentially like a mini version of the island we have. So I think one of the big advantages of this is that like you get like a bunch of extra biomes, right? You don't even have to go like grass, ice, fire. You can basically just do whatever the fuck you want with this thing. The thing with the expanded island theory is that if you were to like add some extra stuff, you're kind of confined to what you basically kind of already have. If you want to slot a track like over here, kind of has to be desert. If you want to slot a thing here, it has to be like grasslands. Whereas if you're like doing an extra island thing, you can kind of make this its own thing. Like you could literally just make this like Al Delfino, like essentially. I don't know what other islands we have in the Mario series. Galaxy Island, I don't know. Something like that. Like that's the advantage you get with the extra island theory. I will say the disadvantage you get though is how the fuck are we getting there, right? One of the things I like about Mario Kart World is that it's kind of like all connected, right? Even if the intermissions aren't that good, it feels kind of cohesive, right? So like, what the fuck? Are we just building like a big fuck off bridge? Are we literally doing the American approach and just one more lane, bro? Just one more lane, bro. Just one more lane. Now, I don't doubt you could probably find like unique ways. Does it have to be a bridge? It could be like a ferry terminal here. You could build like an airport here. Maybe you could bring back Super Bell Subway. But to be honest, for me, one of the best things about World is that it all kind of connects to each other. So like having to access this extra island only via a few means is just a bit uncohesive. It kind of goes against the vision of what Mario Kart World is supposed to be. I have no doubts that it could work. And Nintendo being the company they are, they probably could make it work. But that's not the thing. I don't want it to make it work. It has to be cohesive. So while it is quite nice in the sense that it gives you the chance to like fuck with any sort of biome you want. You could, someone said a music island. Maybe you could have like an archipelago, like, you know, like Hawaii style, like a bunch of small islands like this. Like, yeah, there's different ways you can take it, but the question is, will it all feel connected? And if it doesn't, why did they even bother making it all cohesive in the first place if they weren't going to stick to that? Why would you bother making all of this connect and sacrificing quite a bit of the level design and the intricacies behind normal Mario Kart if you were just going to throw it all in the bin later anyway? What extra island theory does, it inadvertently makes this island worse. I don't know if I'm going to go that personally. Extra island theory, that's how it's got me feeling, gamers. I do see a problem with extra island, but I feel like I can have more with an expanded island. Frying Pan Sam, the best to ever do it. One excellent segue into theory number 2, expanded island theory. So, if you're wondering, what the hell is expanded island theory? You take the existing island and pepper in some extra courses. Like could you maybe use another grassland themed course here? Could you maybe add like another Bowser castle somewhere along here in the valley? It's basically taking the island we have, filling the gaps from what I can think of. Maybe even add like a little bit extra land. Like you don't even necessarily have to like abide by the land. So like add a whole new track if that makes sense. Like the whole idea behind this is 2 exclamation points, cohesion. It keeps the whole nature of the Mario Kart world intact while also adding a bit more to it to like fill out a bit. Because obviously what's like the one big complaint that people will always say, oh, it's a bit empty, it's a bit empty. So this could be a nice way to like fill out the gaps without having to do too much in terms of like adding more land, essentially. It would help with the cohesion a lot, and it would fill out some of the more emptier spots in the open world. Obviously, the big downside is it's quite limiting. Oh my God, I feel like I'm teaching a class. For example, you're not adding another fucking track over here that isn't ice. Does that make sense? You have to deal with the themes you've already got. So even though it fills the empty spots of the map, it kind of feels like you're limited to a certain area. Do you know what I mean? And on top of that, what happens of the cups? Obviously, Special Cup is like a straight shot down, right? If they added like a track here, then what would happen? Are you driving through that as you get to it? Like, what would happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, it kind of fucks with the existing routes of each of the cups. Like, how does Knockout Tour get affected? Do you know what I mean? While maintaining cohesion would be nice, kind of sets everything off in the balance. Do you know what I mean? Where's the balance? Where's the lamb sauce? It changes everything up in a way that might have knock-on effects. I think the other damning part is, Not Shy Guy touched upon something that was really interesting. Not Shy Guy said, I don't want to be involved in the discourse of which island is better. Imagine the discourse behind which version of the island was better. Forget about the discourse for a second. People on it. Doesn't matter. You create an environment where people are going to be longing for a version of the map that no longer exists, right? You kind of understand in Fortnite, the island changes every chapter, stuff changes. Even if you like the island as is, you're kind of used to the fact that it always changes. Do we want to bring that sort of thing in Mario Kart? It's bad enough when they take out Tilted in Fortnite. I don't want them taking out my favorite scribbly little spot in the middle of the map. Do you know what I mean? And if you're asking me, this is another one chat where my feelings are... do you know what I mean? Unless, of course, now this is Nintendo. If they already accounted for this, in their development pre-planning, then fair enough, I'm sure they could figure this out, right? But from the outside looking in, just kind of like gaffer taping a bunch of tracks onto this, while it would seem kind of cool, and while it would fill out the open world, I just don't know if it would work necessarily. What you don't want as a consumer is you don't want the idea of DLC being scary. Does that make sense? Extra Island Theory and Expanded Island Theory, while they're interesting in terms of getting new content, they kind of make you just think, do we really want this? I don't know, you know, and you don't want that from your DLC. The main snag with this world would displace a lot of freedom stuff like Peach switches, Peach quotes, and intermissions would have to be reworked a lot. Yeah, you would have to rework a lot of the map for what necessarily? Even just adding one track here, chat, could have like major repercussions. Do you know what I mean? Like, the only variant of this idea I could see them is adding a variant of pre-existing course, like a new route through Sorry Speedway, for example. That could be kind of cool. Yeah, like adding new routes and stuff could be kind of cool. That could be another plus point for it. Now we're all getting Dollar General in the middle of nowhere, and that's how you unlock cash shit. Unfortunately, no one in the chat is going to segue me perfectly, which is a bit of a shame. Just to pretend for a second, I saw someone in the chat go, but why not both, Musty? I thought you'd never ask. We've got the stranded islands now. What I think would work is a lovely cohesion of both. Percy, I am very much in love with the idea of just like doing this, basically. Whole new area. Grassland here, ice tracks here, and then guess what? And then down here, boom, perfect. And then all the Bowser castles. I would say the only area that probably doesn't work is like maybe around here. Do you know what I mean? Because like Peach Beach is kind of on the coast here. So like how do you add, it's supposed to be on the coast, so how do you add something onto it? Oh, this actually would be perfect for the islands. Woohoo Island? Be perfect here or here? That could work. I think this is just perfect, isn't it? If you add an island like off to the side, you avoid the cohesion. If you expand upon the original island, you're kind of stuck limited theming wise. Let's say they added, like say a big area here, right? There is nothing that says this still has to be Darkland. Does that make sense? This could be like Music Alleyway. Do you know what I mean? That is the best bit about Stranded Island Theory, is that you're not necessarily beholden to the theme that you're expanding on. You can clearly define the borders of the areas around the outside and add basically anything you want. If you're asking me, this is the theory that makes me go, thumbs up, gamers. That's my horrible thumbs up. This is my favorite theory. If all of a sudden the land just formed up and we got extra tracks, it'd be perfect. You can keep the themings of the track it's expanding off of while also just adding new stuff. But say the Darklands, for example, is near a lava biome. It's weird if it's also not a biome with hot weather since it's close to it. This is the part where I say, oh, Mane, this is Mario. It's Mario. And I think it could work. But the cohesion of the world is important. Yeah, the cohesion is in like it all links up. Where it all is doesn't necessarily matter that much, if you ask me. Like, look at the map itself. The Darklands just kind of ends here. Isn't that a bit arbitrary, right? Who's to say the reverse can't happen? And the Darklands just kind of end here. Anything is possible. Unless they do something incredibly crazy, like say ice next to the Darklands over here. I think this works, personally. And any criticism, I'll write off as LSkibbityToilet. And I will take my win. I am going to copyright Stranded Islands. Anybody who uses it has to pay me 10 Musty coin. If you think it ends there, gamers, there's more. I got another theory for you, gamers. And I've decided to call this a Bioshock Island theory. Or TOTK theory, but I'm calling it Bioshock theory. Should be very, very obvious, right? Bioshock had areas in the sky, and it has areas down below. Underground world, chat. Instead of expanding the island, why don't we go down or up? It could work perfectly, gamers. If we're going down, you've got what? Feast Layer, Deep Magma Bog from Mario Wonder. Piranha Plant Pipeline could fit down here perfectly. In fact, Piranha Plant Pipeline could be our way down into this area. Basically, any underground theme plus Bonanza could work perfectly for underground. And above grounds, you can do Fly Up to Great Cosmic Ruins. And next to it, boom, we've got Sky Garden 2. Boom, next to that, Cheeseland 2. And then next, RMX SNES RR. Oh, next to that, Space Course. Next to that, a track themed around Star World from Super Mario World. And then boom, perfect. Wouldn't have the same problem as Extra Island Theory. My boy D222, you doubt my brilliance. You see how I've drawn this above the map? Who's to say you couldn't do a rally that's Shy Guy Bazaar into Wario Stadium, into Bowser Castle. We take a path up to Star Roads and then end it on Sky's Resort. In the same way that you have like one path that takes you up to Rainbow Roads, every track could have other paths that take you up to the sky layer. In the same way, you can have tracks that take you below to the underground layer too. Each map could have like entry points. Peach Stadium, I'm gonna color in yellow. You could go up to Rainbow Road from here. You also down because Peach Stadium is the center. Yeah, what I'm saying is that like you could layer a sky map on top of this. You could lay an underground map below, and you could have various maps in the middle that take you to various points. That is my Bioshock theory. What do you think of Bioshock theory? I like Bioshock theory, if I'm being honest. I think Bioshock theory is one of my favorites. But I do have one more. And I want it to be clear. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want it to be extremely clear that I did not read the chat for this one. I can't prove it 100%, but the notepad doc I've been taking notes from, which I want to show you guys right now. This is my notepad notes for the whole stream. And if we scroll to the bottom of my notes, gamers, if we scroll to the very bottom, Donkey Kong theory, baby! DK Island, off to the side here. It'd be perfect, gamers. DK Island, Gorilla Glaciers, Chimp Caverns, Monkey Mines, Vulture Culture, Cliffside, DK Jungle. DK Island would actually be perfect. Because as far as I'm concerned, while it would, as you said, disrupt the cohesion, personally, I'm okay with the cohesion of Mario Kart World going down the drain if we get an entire Donkey Kong Island. I'm okay with that personally. And with Donkey Kong Bonanza being back, I don't know. Yeah, Nintendo, come on. Help me out here, come on. But if you're asking me which theory do I subscribe to the most, personally, I like either Bioshock theory or Stranded Island theory. I think those are my two go-tos. DK theory would be very funny. As far as I'm concerned, I just don't want Extra Island or Expanded Island theory. Those are the two ones where, personally, I'm okay if you don't. So which island theory are you subscribing to the most? Which one of my wacky ideas managed to grip you the hardest? Do let me know in the comments below, gamers. And if you made it this far, a like would go a hell of a long way. And while you're typing out your crazy theories of your own, I would like to thank the crazy Musquire wizards. They love casting spells, the crazy kind of spells. Thank you so much for your continued support, alongside the Musquire Royal Guard scrolling across the screen right now, and the knights you can see in the description. Without your support, I wouldn't be able to do this nearly as regularly as I do. I'm eternally grateful. I mean, I said it in the intro, but I am kind of starting to believe it myself. The fact that Nintendo are shadow dropping a bunch of things, or, you know, just announcing things and releasing them relatively quickly, kind of gives me a bit of hope for Mario Kart World DLC now. Like, if you asked me about like a month or two or like 2 months ago, I'd be like, nah, it's not happening. I don't care. Now, though? I don't know. We could wake up any day and they'd tell us via that dog shit app of theirs, Nintendo Today. Did you guys see that they announced, oh, you can share stuff on this on social media or something? Or did they just make that up? I feel like they did recently, and it's like, well, we were doing that anyway, so what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I get it. No one wants to be out here using Twitter and shit, but that's where like everyone is, you know what I mean? For better, for worse. So, quick question. What have you been playing lately? You been addicted to anything? I still got Fortnite Simpsons on the brain. I played a bit of it the other day. I think I've got Witch Marge right now, so I'm ramping my way through the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass, slowly but surely. And then Shiny Hunting on Pokemon. And the Persona 3 Violet, oh my god, there's just so much games to play. It genuinely feels weird, like, having this many games that I want to play in one time, you know? I'm normally very good at just, like, having only one game that I'm kind of interested in at any time, but I'm being pulled every which way. I'm like a kid at Christmas. I honestly don't know what to do with myself. I haven't felt this way since I was a child. I'm full of joy and whimsy again, chat. In the same way that you should be full of curiosity and intrigue for those videos on the sidebar. Oh my god. If you've also played DK Bonanza, I got a super cut of my entire playthrough on the top there. It's very fun stuff, if you ask me. And the video on the bottom is something from the second channel, which I do have, by the way. It's a very neat spot. You should check it out. Don't forget to leave a like before you go. And until next time, there's your lot.